It's a Catalonian qualifying for you today. Welcome along to Spain, to Barcelona, and wherever you are in the world, do you feel the need? The need for speed?
Pack, that's P1, and just behind us are Leclerc, Verstappen and Albon. Okay, so the current fastest lap, 1 minute 11.9. First position, front of the pack, and we're in front of Piastri, Gasly and Russell. Fastest lap at the moment, 1:11.2. Leading the pack, that's P1, and just behind us are Russell, Piastri and Verstappen. Okay, so the current fastest lap, 1 minute 11.2. They're 8th. Okay, so their best lap time, 1:12.0.
With qualifying complete, all that remains now is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then. So many eventful races here in Barcelona over the years. Do you remember Max Verstappen's first win on debut for Red Bull here in 2016? 2 years before, we had the dramatic coming together of Hamilton and Rosberg going towards turn 4. There's always a treat in store as we head back to the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya for the Spanish Grand Prix. It's an updated track at Catalunya, and we welcome the removal of the chicane in the final sector, shortening lap times and reducing the total running to 2.9 miles and 14 turns. This was actually the original setup for the track, but it hasn't been used since 2007. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Isack Hadjar lines up on pole position, and starting next to them is George Russell. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Oscar Piastri, Ocon, Gasly, Norris, Leclerc, Iwasa, Hülkenberg, Tsunoda, Albon, Leclerc, Behrman, Vesti, Doohan, Théo Pourchaire, Fittipaldi, Sargent, and Zhou Guanyu. With preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track. And alongside me in the commentary box today, a man who I always look up to, which is easier said than done, Anthony Davidson. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say they've got the better of them more often than not.
Yeah, they have, and it's, rule number one, beat your teammate. They're the one that share the same equipment as you, and yes, the cars can vary in setup from race to race and depending on who has which style, but essentially they're your barometer, the yardstick. If you can beat them, that's the first job you have to do, and it looks like it's going their way, doesn't it? And they need to carry on this momentum, this energy through the rest of the season.
Here we go then, the formation lap is underway and the track temperature looks warm. That may or may not play into some of the team's hands in today's race. We're almost ready to start the race as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations.
Okay, DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. out of spare energy, okay to use your overtake button. Job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 4.6 seconds. That place back. Okay, Isaac. Okay, Russell's ahead. We can't let them hold us up for too long, so let's try and get past as soon as possible and crack on. Push, push. Nice work, you smashed it. Really good job on hitting that target, mate. Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place.
display of the Russell hustle. It's George Russell who wins.
Well, are we looking at a champion in waiting today, Crofty, with that kind of performance? They were driving with the kind of lack of pressure that you quite often see when a driver knows, they just know within themselves that that championship is within their reach.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
It seems as if you have a new rival. This is the perfect opportunity to show the world why you belong in this sport, and to show me why you belong amongst my very exclusive clientele. That's a joke. I love working with you.